Hey everyone, welcome back. My name is Lynn Wilson and welcome to my home. I am glad you're here tonight. We are talking about money saving tips to help you with your groceries. Yes, we're trying to come up with some great ideas to help you, and I am doing a collaboration with two other YouTubers, Jan from New York City Saves Money and Debbie Saves Money. So in my description below, I will link their videos as well. We are all talking about the same two questions, but we all come at it from a different perspective, different experience, different family sizes, live in different states. If we live in the same state, one lives at one end of the state, one lives at the other end of the state, different grocery stores that we go to, all kinds of things. So you're going to hear the same question presented to you 3 times, but get 3 different answers. So something is going to fit and something will help you make those decisions, those wise decisions that you need to make for yourself and for your family. So question number 1 is, how do you feel about meal planning? I hate meal planning. I can't stand it. I'll tell you why. Never seems to work for me. I put meals on paper and I plan out my menu, rah. I feel so good on that piece of paper. It looks great. And then I go to the grocery store. But somehow what I get doesn't match my menu and my meal plan that I have. Or what's on sale doesn't seem to match. I never seem to get it quite right. And I've tried it for years and years and years. And we have been taking a hard look at this because it is definitely costing us money. Because what happens is I buy food that doesn't fit my menu or doesn't fit my meal plan, and then it doesn't quite fit anything. And then I get frustrated and I have this food and nothing seems to match, and it drives me crazy. But one of the other things that has happened is that my schedule and our life is evolving and it's changing right now. So I think it depends. We're going to talk a little bit about what season you're in. Are you in a different season that when you were doing meal planning, maybe back when the kids were at home, or back when you weren't working, or maybe when you were working, or whatever, and now you're in a new season and there's either more people or less people in the house. There's a different schedule that you're now needing to keep. Maybe your finances are different. There are things that are different, and I find that really can change my menu and my meal plan and how I want to do things. I was saying to my husband, here's my take on this. There's this huge mountain standing in front of me, and I look up and it's too high, and I look, both sides and it's too wide and I can't go underneath it. But I've got to get over this mountain or through this mountain somehow to get to the other side to be a success. And as I said on my previous video, I want this year to be a success for me. So one of the things we are looking at is not so much what is not working, because there's too many things. It's like almost overwhelming when you could say, well, nothing's working. Well, okay, let's put that in that basket over there. Let's grab this other basket. What I'm going to put in this basket is what is working. What pieces of my menu plan or my meal plan is working for me? How can I sort of build onto what is working and make a better meal plan for myself? So maybe that's a tip. It's so easy to say, well, nothing's working and I'm overwhelmed and I can't deal with it. Maybe you're in the same boat I was in, but somehow we've got to make this work. Number 1, we have to feed yourself if you're a family of 1 and or whoever else is in your home. You need to eat. Food is essential. We have to have at least a couple meals a day, right? We have to eat. We have to then buy food. We have to then buy food that fits a meal plan, and we need to buy food and a meal plan that fits our budget. And we have to buy food and plan a meal plan that not only fits our budget, but also fits the people that are in the home, even if it's just yourself, of food that you like and that you're going to eat. Because you can buy all this food and it's a waste of money if you don't use it. So having a meal plan in place that fits the season that you're in, that fits the budget that you currently have, that fits the people that are currently in your home, is what we need to do. And we need to look at the meal plan, not where I am anyway, not as to what's not working, but what is working. I'll give you a little hint with that. Here's the thing. My schedule has tremendously changed in the last 2 weeks to the point where like I'm going crazy. So we were out 3 nights in a row this week. I worked, came home, grabbed my husband and my son, and out we went. There was no time to even cook. There was no time to even think. And 2 of those days we had to grab something on the road. The third day, which was last night, we're almost where we're going. And my son from the back seat says, "Are we having dinner tonight?" Dinner? Oh no. Did I have a meal plan in place? I did not. I was overwhelmed with my new schedule and what's happening. So I sat down with my husband and I said, you know what is working? Simple meals. I need to change up what is working. And sandwiches is a simple meal. Sandwiches can be as healthy as you want them to be or as unhealthy as you want them to be, just like any other meal plan. But I said to my husband, maybe what we could do is cook maybe 2, 3 big meals on the weekend when I have the time that I can stretch out over during the week and maybe use those for lunches. So we have a hot lunch we can warm up. I have a hot lunch I can take to work. And instead of having a sandwich at lunchtime, I can make sandwiches up on the weekend, throw them in the freezer, or at least have things semi-prepared. But then during the day, like when I get up in the morning, take sandwiches out of the freezer, pop them in the refrigerator to defrost, then have a cooler ready to go with some chips and fruit snacks and, maybe applesauce and snacks, whatever, some water bottles in the bag. So when I come home from work, all we have to do is grab those sandwiches, throw them in the cooler bag. We can hit the road. We've got a decent meal. We've got some snacks, maybe some carrot sticks, applesauce, fruit snacks, whatever you want to bring, some cookies, some chips, your sandwiches, your water bottles. We're good to go. We can eat that driving on the road. We can eat that when we get there. We can eat that in between times, whatever we need to do. Maybe that's going to be my new plan, at least for the season that I'm in. So what season are you in? What is working for your meal plan? How many people are you feeding? What's on your budget? What can you do? Look at it from a positive perspective instead of a negative perspective. It's not working for me, but I'm going to succeed. There's a mountain in front of me. I'm going to get over it. How am I going to do that? I got to figure this out. I've got to look at what is working for me and build onto that. So I hope that helps you a little bit. Question number 2. Name a money-saving grocery shopping hack that has worked for you. Well, I'm going to give you 2. How's that? I'll give you 1 and then I'll give you a bonus one. I'm going to give you 2. And this is for the first one is for the circle of people that are within my circle and those that are faith-based. So you'll understand where I'm coming from. And if you're not in that, you can just sort of skip over this part or just listen. But I got some really good advice years and years and years ago. And when I follow it, it works. When I don't follow it, I have problems. But I went for budget counseling many years ago, my husband and I. And we were overwhelmed with the price of food. Now we're talking 25, 27, 28 years ago. We were overwhelmed with the price of food. Couldn't make ends meet, and we were really frustrated. Well, here's the deal. One of our counselors that we had, it was a Christian couple, and she said to me, have you ever prayed about it before you went grocery shopping? Prayed about grocery shopping? She said, I'm telling you. She came from, pennies. She couldn't afford to buy toilet paper, so they were using old sheets and towels out of necessity, not out of choice to save money, because they could not afford toilet paper. And she said she learned to give it over to the Lord. And she prayed about it before when she went shopping. Her hands are on the cart, going in the store. She had her meal plan. She had her grocery list, and she'd pray about it. Here's what she told me, and it has worked. God knows ahead of time what food you're going to need. He's going to know what meal's going to stretch. He's going to know how many phone calls you get, or maybe somebody invites you over for dinner or whatever. There are things that happen that you don't know that are in the plan. So she said she would pray about it, and she'd bring her coupons and whatever tactics she had. She said in 9 out of 10 times when she came out of that store, if she had like $150 to spend, whether it was $10 or $20 left over, she would have that extra money, and she would take that and put it in the kitty for emergency food money for when there are other situations that might arise. She said it always worked out. It was great. Have I remembered to do that all the time? No. Shame on me, for my own walk. So that was one tip. And I know that's not for everyone. So I am going to give you another tip. This would be stay out of the stores as much as possible. Right now is the perfect time to not go in a store. I find for me, when I go in the store, I go for, let's say, I want to get spaghetti sauce. There's so many to choose from. But I know I only like this brand, or this one's on sale. Yeah, but that one, that's a new flavor. I haven't seen that one. Maybe I should try that one. Oh, and then, oh, wow, they got that. Oh, I haven't tried that. That's a brand new brand. I've never heard of that. So now you throw 2 or 3 extra jars in the cart. It drives yourself crazy because then you're like, I know I shouldn't be spending this extra, but it's only a few things. It's only a few dollars. Next thing, you get up to the line, you go to checkout, and your bill went from $150 to $210, and you're like, oh my word, I just went over budget. How do you save money? You're on a tight budget. Make that grocery list based on that meal plan, however you design your meal plan, and either have it delivered to the house or have a Walmart.com order, Target.com, do Instacart, or do a Walmart grocery pickup, Aldi grocery pickup, any of these stores pickup. Go on the app, pick up exactly what you need, because then you can actually see it calculating the total. And if it's at $92 and you have $85 to spend, you're going to know you're $7 over. You're going to have to delete something. Well, I have nothing I can delete, or you're going to have to make do. You're buying pancake mix. Well, maybe that's $5 a box. Well, can you make homemade pancake mix? You already have flour in the kitchen. You already have all the ingredients to make homemade. Okay, I can delete the pancake mix. Okay, now you're still $2 over. What could you do? Well, maybe the butter you bought wasn't the one that was on sale. Maybe you got the brand name. Well, I really like the brand name. I get it, but we're on budget. You only have $85 to spend. You got to get rid of another $2. All right, maybe you don't need the size that you got. Maybe you can get a smaller size. All right, you delete that. You redo your inventory for your food, and now you realize you got it down to $82.75. You're now under budget by just making those 2 choices. It could be something you have at home that you can reuse, repurpose, do it from scratch, something like that. Or maybe a different size, or don't get the brand names, or whatever the case might be. But when you look on the app and you can actually see that calculation, it includes the tax, it includes all that kind of stuff. You can actually see what you're spending. You're only going to get what you asked for. That's it. You're not going to be throwing extra things in the cart. It's not the same being in the store and visually seeing it. Then you go get your food delivered, however you do it, through the mail, through, an Instacart type thing, or the grocery pickup, which is great because you're not paying any delivery fees or anything like that. You pull up, they put it in your car, end of discussion. You get home, you've got your groceries, you know what you spent, you've stayed on budget, you've stayed under budget. That is for the season that you might be in right now. We'll talk at another video at another time about other ways that you can save money on doing your menu and your meal planning, and also some other hacks that you can do for grocery shopping. Right now, I'm going to close out this video and remind you to go check out Debbie Saves Money and Jan from New York City Saves Money. Let's see what they have to offer, because I'm going to be listening to see what kind of tips can I pick up from these 2 smart ladies. They're very wise. They've got some great ideas. Check them out. We'll catch you all on the next video.